kinds of friction. Kinds of friction means a frictional force can act between two objects in the different conditions. Based on the different situations when force is acting opposite to the motion of a body. So we may classify those frictional force by the different situation, by the particular situation as different type of friction. Means we classify as a different type of friction or kinds of friction by the force is acting, the frictional force is acting by different directions in different situations on a body. Then what are those different type of friction or kinds of friction? Let's rewrite that. What are those kinds of friction? Friction is classified generally three types. What are those? Three types classified as a friction. One is a static frictional force. Static frictional force. And another one is sliding frictional force. Sliding frictional force. And the next one is a rolling frictional force. Rolling frictional force. These three are types of friction. Types of friction. And one more there, a type of friction is nothing as a fluid friction. Fluid friction. Is it visible what I written there? Fluid friction. Not visible there. One more what I'm saying to you. Fluid friction. Fluid friction. See here, friction classified as a different types or different kinds. Those are, one is static frictional force, sliding frictional force, and rolling frictional force. And also one more type of friction, fluid friction. What is that? Fluid friction. So static frictional force we can call as limiting friction, and also we can call as self-adjusting friction, self-adjusting friction, and also we can call maximum friction, maximum friction. Okay, and these two, which are sliding friction and rolling friction, we can call as a kinetic friction. What we can call kinetic friction. Okay, which are sliding friction and rolling friction, we can call as a kinetic friction. Are you understand? See here, sliding friction we can talk as a dynamic friction. What we can talk? Dynamic friction. See, what we are talking, why we are getting such a different names, different names for the type of friction, because of the friction acts based on the different situation. It acts as a different based on the particular situation. By that, we are classifying a type of friction by the different names. We are explaining with the different names. Why? Because the friction act in the different conditions is different. That's why we are talking such a like. Let's we talk about individual type of friction. Individual type of friction, how those it will act. Let's we talk about that individual friction of those. Remember once what I written on board. Friction is a force which acts opposite to the direction of a moving body. The force which is acting opposite to the direction of a moving body is nothing as frictional force. What I'm saying to that? Friction or frictional force. Okay. Just I will come back by filling ink. Let's see. Yeah, students. So what you are talking about friction means? Friction is a force. Friction is a force which is acting opposite direction to the motion of your body. Opposite direction to the motion of a body. Understand? Then frictional force is classified as a different types. Those what we said, one is a static frictional force, one is a sliding frictional force, another one is a rolling frictional force. Another one is a rolling frictional force. Understand? Then see, let's talk about individual type of friction. Individual type of friction. Okay? Yeah, coming to that, what we discussed in our last class, let's talk about that. So we need a table. What we need? Table to perform this activity. To perform this an activity, we need a table. So we are taking a toy trolley. What we are taking, ma? Toy trolley at one end of a table. Toy trolley. Toy trolley. And place a small wooden block. Small wooden block. What is that? Wooden block. So wooden block. This is a toy trolley, and this toy trolley connected with a inextensible string, What I'm saying to you, inextensible string, which is passes over the pulley, which is passes over the pulley, which is passes over the pulley. See, through this, what happens? The inextensible string is connected to the toy trolley, and it is connected with a weight hanger. The inextensible string is connected to the weight hanger. See here, this is a pulley. What is that? Pulley. What I am calling to you? Pulley. And this is a inextensible string. What I written, is it visible? Yeah, inextensible string. And this is a toy trolley. And this is a wooden block. Okay. And this is a weight hanger. Okay. And this is what I am saying to you. This is table. What is that? Table. Okay. Coming to that. See here, by this way we arranged the whole equipment on a table. We whole arranged that equipment on a table. By arranging that, see here, we can observe here the wooden block is at rest on the surface of toy trolley. The wooden block is at rest on the toy trolley, surface of a toy trolley. See what I'm saying to you. If you add some amount of the weight, if you add some amount of the weight, see we added some amount of the weight. So by that we may observe the toy trolley not try to move, not try to move. And one more weight we added, some more weight, some more weight. What you are going to add here? Weight. What you are going to add? Weight. Some more weight we added, but by that weight also the body is not start to move. And some more weight we are going to add. By adding some more weight, we observe the toy trolley start to move. The toy trolley start to move. Means what we can consider here. So at what weight? It is weight means the mass is under the gravitational force. So that what weight the toy trolley tries to move. That toy trolley try to move. What I'm saying to you here, see one toy trolley, no. Toy trolley. Okay, it try to move means when it try to in this direction along with inextensible string, at what weight it try to move, so that applied force is excess than to the opposite force which is acting on the toy trolley. Means by the resultant force, the body can try to move by applying force. Means what we can up to that, the weight of the gravity is directly proportional to the opposite force, means frictional force. Already we know well about that weight of the gravitational force is directly proportional to the normal. And from this what we proved, gravitational force is directly proportional to the frictional force. Means by comparing those two, we can write frictional force is directly proportional to the normal force. Frictional force is directly proportional to the normal force. Understand? Coming to that, what we are observing here, when it starts to move, the wooden block is not displacing at anywhere from the surface of a toy trolley. See here, that wooden block is not displaced by the moving of a toy trolley. See, the body is at rest on the surface of the toy trolley. Means what we can say, there is a force is acting between two surfaces of an object. There is a force is acting between two surfaces of an object, but the body is at continuously rest. The surface of a body continuously rest. Why? Because the force which is acting, that is more to make the rest of a wooden block. It is adjusting to continuously to the rest. It is continuously adjusting to the rest. So and also the maximum, the force is a maximum which is acting opposite to that. Understand? The further we discussed already in our last class different example. When you are pushing a car, when you are pushing a car, when you are pushing a car, see here, this is a car. This is a car. By this way we are pushing, you alone pushing the car. When you are pushing the car, we may observe the car never displaces. The car never gets into motion. It never comes to the motion from the rest. What we can conclude from this situation, what we applied that force is not enough to the what opposite force which is acting to that. Understand? Means if one more person came along, if you apply the force on the car, by increasing one more person when you are means by at what force the body try to move, the what force the body try to move means up to that what happened, up to that increasing the third force, the body is trying to be at rest. Means what happened, the opposite force is trying to place in that rest. That place trying to place into means the car, the opposite force is trying to place in a rest to the car. Means it is self-adjusting, that the force is self-adjusting to place into the rest. Means see, the body is at rest due to the maximum force applied on opposite force. Means the max due to the applied force is less than to the opposite force. Means the opposite force, frictional force is a maximum, and limiting force Means limiting means by particular weight, by particular force, that opposite force can change based on the weight of the body. Understand? So that's why what I'm saying. So the body is trying to always coming to the rest. That's why we can say a force is acting between the surface of your body to floor. The body is continuously rest. That force is nothing as a frictional force is acting on a body. Frictional force is acting on a body. Same as what I'm talking to you here. See once, observe clearly that figure. Observe clearly that figure. What I'm saying to you, see carefully. So the friction which comes into play, the friction which comes into play, how I see when surface of the objects are, when surface of an objects are at rest. What you can say are at rest relative to each other. At rest relative to each other. Each other. What I written, is it visible to you? See one? Yeah, coming to that. So the frictional force, the friction which comes into play, the friction which comes into play when surface of an object are at rest. There is a force is acting between the wooden surface to the tight rally surface. There is a force is acting between wooden surface to the tight rally surface. But what happens? The two surfaces of an object are in the rest. The surface of an object are in the rest relative to each other. With respect to each other, they both are in the rest when the force is acting between the two objects. When the force is acting between wooden block to the, what happens? High surface. What happens? The wooden block is trying to keep in the rest. Wooden block trying to keep in the rest. So by that what happens? The frictional force is acting nothing as a static frictional force. What I'm saying to you? Static frictional force. Static frictional force or static friction. What you can call static friction. What you can call them a static friction. What is the static friction? So the friction which comes into play, the friction which comes into play when surface of an object, are at rest relative to each other, See there what I'm saying, a force is acting between two objects. What I'm saying to you, a force is acting between two objects. An object is at rest with respect to the another object. A object is at rest with respect to the another object. What I'm saying to you, a force is acting between two objects, between two objects, but an object, what happens? An object is at rest with respect to each other, or what we can say, with respect to the another body, or another object. The force comes to play between two objects. But the body is at rest with respect to the another body. So then what is the frictional force is acting between two that? Because of static frictional force. In static frictional force, the body always trying to place in a rest. It's trying to keep in a rest. Means the frictional force is trying to adjust itself to place in the rest. That's why we call static frictional force, we call self-adjusting friction, self-adjusting force. self-adjusting frictional force. Frictional force. And also what we can, it is a maximum force. The frictional force is a maximum into the opposite applied force. That's why it is coming to the, it is always into the rest. So that's why you can say what static friction force you can call it as a maximum frictional force. Maximum frictional force. And also what we can say, the body can try to move when by increasing a weight or force. Means what we can observe, at what force it is coming to the motion from rest means that force is the opposite force is a limiting force. It has some amount of the limit. That's why we call static frictional force is a limiting force. What we call limiting frictional force. Limiting frictional force. Understand? That's why we call the frictional force as that in different names. Why we call that in different names. Understand? When a person trying to push a block or a box, when a person pushing, this is a box pushing a person by this direction. If it is not trying to move, means what happens? That opposite force is more than to the applied force. That it is trying to self-adjust to rest, and it is a maximum force than to the applied force. Understand? It has a limit. When it when you increase the force to move, it tries to move because the limit force is means the applied force is more than to that limit force. Okay, it exerts that particular force, opposite force. That's why the body tries to move. It comes to the motion from rest. Understand? So that's why what we call the static frictional force. The friction which comes into play means act when surface of an object are rest relative to each other. When force is acting between two objects, an object is at rest with respect to the another object. Do you understand what is the static frictional force? Okay. Let me talk about another type of friction. What we talk about another type of friction. What is that another type of friction? Sliding frictional force. What is that? Sliding frictional force. Let's we talk about that. Just recall that what we finished. See here, what I'm saying to you. See that what I'm saying? We are talking about another type of friction. Another type of friction. See here, by increasing the weight, what happened? The toy trolley tried to move. Means the toy trolley moving along with the wheel. When wheels start to move, along with wheels, toy trolley will move. Means what we can say? Toy trolley slides on the wheel. Toy trolley slides on the wheel. Suppose let me talk about that one example. This is a table, a book pushing gently by a person. When you are pushing a book gently by applying a small force, okay, the book starts to move. Means it starts to slide on a table. It starts to slide on a table. The force is acting between the moving of a body to the surface of an object. This is nothing as it is always acting opposite to that. That is what is the body sliding, no. So it is the sliding frictional force. Sliding frictional force. A frictional force comes play between two objects. One object is slides or moves on the over the another surface of the object. Another surface of an object. Understand? See here what we can talk about. So a luggage bag moving with help of wheels. With help of wheels. Okay, so the bag sliding over the wheel. The bag sliding over the wheel. Is it or not? Means a force comes play between two objects. A force comes play between two objects, but an object moves over the another object. An object moves over the another object or slides over the another object. Understand? How like we can talk about another type of friction? See here, another type of friction. Let's we talk about that another type of friction. See, the friction which comes into play, the friction which comes into play, when the surface of an object moves, when the surface of an object move, what we can say here, relative to the surface of another object, relative to the surface of another object. Okay, the friction which comes into play, it is acting between two surfaces of an object, toy trolley to the wheels. How like the toy trolley moving with respect to the surface. See, when the surface of an object moves related to the surface of another object. Before we observe, the book is moving with over the surface of a table. A friction force is acting between moving of a book to the table. Means what friction force that is we are calling sliding frictional force. What is that? Sliding frictional force. What frictional force we are calling that? Sliding frictional force. This sliding friction we are calling dynamic frictional force. Of course, we can call as a kinetic frictional force. What you can say? Kinetic frictional force. Why? Because we can talk about that because of the body which possesses motion. So the body consists kinetic energy or dynamic. You can talk about dynamics. Dynamic is the study of motion of your bodies. That's why we call a force is acting between what happened two surfaces of an object. One moves relative to other. When the force is acting between two objects, an object moves with respect to the another object. When a force is acting between two objects, what I'm saying to you, when a force is acting between two objects, an object is at moves or in the motion with respect to the another object. An object surface and surface of object, a surface of an object moves or in motion with respect to the another object, surface of another object. Understand? So the friction which comes into play when the surface of an object moves relative to the surface of another object. Understand? See here what I'm saying to you. See carefully, sliding frictional force. What I'm talking to you, sliding frictional force. How that sliding frictional force? How the force is acting? A force comes play between two surfaces of an object. A surface of an object is moving or moves with respect to the another object. Understand? Okay. Do you have clear on that? Let's talk about another type of friction. What is that another type of friction? Rolling friction. What is that? Rolling friction. See, let's talk about that. What is that rolling friction? Same as to talk about how we learn about static frictional force and sliding frictional force. Now we are going to talk about rolling frictional force. When one body rolls over the surface of rolls over the surface of another another body, the friction offered, the friction force, the frictional force, the friction offered, the friction offered is called rolling friction. What we can call rolling friction, or we can call rolling frictional force, rolling frictional force, or we can call kinetic friction. What we can call kinetic friction. See that. What is that we are talking about rolling friction? We learn about static friction and sliding friction. Now we are talking about rolling friction. What is that mean of rolling friction? See there, when one body rolls over the surface of another body. See here, this is a table. See the body rolling with help of wheels. The wheels are rolling on the over the surface of another object. The force comes to play between two objects. The force is acting between two objects. One object rolling over the another surface, rolling over the another surface. Then that force is nothing as a rolling frictional force. The force is nothing as what, ma? Rolling frictional force. See here what we learned. The force comes to play between two objects. An object rolling over the another surface of an object. Over the another surface of an object. Then that force is offered what? Frictional force. What is that? Frictional force. The force is acting opposite to the rolling body. That is the rolling frictional force. See here, I think so we understood what is the type, what are the types of frictional force, static frictional force, sliding frictional force, and rolling frictional force. Static frictional force, what we learned, can you remember once? Static frictional force. A force comes to play between two surfaces of an object. A surface of an object at rest with respect to the another surface of an object, or one surface of an object at rest are relative to each other, or otherwise, when a force comes play between, or when a force is acting between two objects, an object is at rest with respect to the another object. An object is at rest with respect to the another object is for static frictional force. Second thing, sliding frictional force. A force comes to play between two objects. A force is acting between two objects. A force is acting between two objects. An object is in motion with respect to the another object. An object moves with respect to the another object. An object in motion related to the another object is nothing. The friction is offered sliding frictional force. Then rolling frictional force. The force is acting between two objects. An object is rolling over the another surface. An object is rolling with respect to the another object. That friction offers rolling frictional force. What we can say? Rolling frictional force. Can you understood what is the rolling frictional force? What is the rolling frictional force? Do you have any doubt in that rolling frictional force? See carefully. Okay. What we learn about? Static frictional force, sliding frictional force, rolling frictional force. See here, we already found that what we found for frictional force is directly proportional to the normal force. or normal reaction, directly proportional to the normal reaction. Okay, see how like see here, frictional force is directly proportional to the normal. That they will show by one more activity that how it will be. Okay. Coming to that, what I'm saying, and another type of friction, what we discussed before, fluid friction. What we are discussing, fluid friction or fluid frictional force. What we can say, fluid frictional force. Fluid friction or fluid frictional force. What is the mean of fluid? What is the mean of fluid? Fluid means water. Can you answer? Can you recall from your last classes? Fluid means a substance which can flow at any surface. Imagine if you pour water on a floor, we may observe that can spread out in different directions. If you open a tap, we may observe the water can move from one place to another. If you pour any liquid substances, oil or whatever, honey, whatever, milk, kerosene, okay, whatever those in liquid state, those can move from one place to another. And also we can observe one more in your homes. When you are giving devotee to our gods and goddesses, when we are giving devotee to our gods and goddesses, means giving puja. At the time, our parents are light an incense sticks. Incense sticks means what we can call that agarbatti. By light that incense sticks, wherever we are, we may get a smell in air. Because of air is a mixture of gases. Air is a mixture of gases. Air is a mixture of gases. Means it consists of number of gases in air. Understand? So through air also means the gases in air can travel from one place to another. See what I'm saying to you here, fluid means the substance which can flow. What I'm saying to you, the substance which can flow at any surface is called what we can say, fluid. Is called fluid. The substance which can flow at any surface, whatever the substance which is flowing, which is moving, which is dragging, what we can say, which is dragging from one place to another place, from one place to another place. That substance we can call as a fluid. Examples for the fluid. What I'm saying to you, examples for fluid. Those are nothing as liquid, and second thing is gases. What are I'm saying? Liquid and gases. What are those gases? Liquids and gases. Liquids and gases are the example for fluid. Those can flow from one place to another. Those can spread out in any surface. It can flow at any surface. What are those? Fluid. Fluids means what are that we said? Liquids and gases. Liquids and gases. So the substances which are related to the liquids or gases, those can flow at any surface. Those can flow at any surface. Understand? Those can flow at any surface. So the substance which can flow at any surface, we call that fluid. Then how fluid friction? The force, the friction which is offered by the fluid, what we can say, the friction which is offered by fluid is known as fluid friction, or we can call drag. What we can call drag means the frictional force acting by the fluid. The force is acting by the fluid. The friction force exerted by fluid. What we can call the friction force exerted by the fluid. The frictional force exerted by a fluid is known as fluid friction or drag. What you can call fluid friction or drag. Fluid friction or drag, which is the friction which offered by the fluid is known as, or the frictional force exerted by a fluid is known as, that's what we call fluid friction. What we can call fluid friction. Then how it will act? The fluid frictional force. How that fluid frictional force will act? Let's we talk about that. How that fluid frictional force will act. Let's come and talk about that. So what we call this is a drag. Okay. Take a glass of water. Take a glass of water. Take a glass of water. So we took a glass of water. This is a tumbler. And this is a water. Okay. See, take one stirrer. What you are using? Stirrer means which help to mix. Which help to mix, like spoon or glass rod. Spoon or glass rod. So we are using stirrer to make the stirring. Stirring means mixing. What you are doing? Mixing. Well, you are stirring with the help of what? Stirrer in this particular order. When you are making stirring in that particular order, we may observe the water try to move by this direction. Means the water starts to move at inside the tumbler when you start to stir. When you start to stir with help of stirrer, what happens? That water starts to move. Means the water coming to motion from the rest by applying force. After some interval of time, we have to remove the stirrer. By removing the stirrer, see here, what we are observing here, the water, see this is water, it is making circular rotation by stirring. After removing the stirrer from that, slowly, means by rotating slowly, the water decreases its speed. And finally the water comes into the rest. See, after stopping the stirrer, stirring, the water coming to the rest of the water coming to the rest by decreasing speed gradually. By decreasing speed gradually means slowly. Gradually means slowly. Why the water is coming to the rest? How the water will come to the rest from motion? Can you answer? Before we learn about in the friction, what we learn in the friction? The force which is acting, the force which is acting in opposite direction to the motion of your body. The force which is acting in opposite direction to the motion of your body is nothing as what we learn the frictional force. Same as here, the force is exerted by the fluid. How I see when the water revolving in or rotating in a circular shape or in a glass, in each and every condition, what happens? The water comes to hit to the walls of the tumbler. It comes to hit the walls of the tumbler. When the water hits to the walls of the tumbler, what happens? The walls applying a force in opposite direction to the moving of a water. Moving of a water. By that, by hitting continuously in opposite direction, the water losing its energy by what we given stirring. By what we given stirring. By that, what happens? By acting opposite force on the moving of the water comes slowly to the rest by decreasing the speed. By decreasing the speed. That's why what happens? The force is acting by fluids or the force is exerted by a fluid is nothing as what we call fluid frictional force or what we call drag. Fluid frictional force or we called drag. Understand? See, imagine we can observe the particular vehicles which are moving in fluid. Which are moving in fluid means in air and in water. In air, in water. They have a specialized shape. A specialized shape. Why those are having a specialized shape? The vehicles, the objects which are moving in air and water, they have a specialized shape. A specialized shape. Means the shape we are calling aerodynamic shape. Aerodynamic shape. What we call that? Aerodynamic shape. Aerodynamic shape. Aerodynamic vehicles. Okay. So those, why they are having a particular shape? Why they are having a particular shape? Because when they are moving in air, water or in air, due to exerting more force by water or air, it decreases its speed in the fluid. So by decreasing the speed, what happens? To increase the speed, we need to utilize more amount of the fuel, more volume of the fuel. By that, what happens? So it exerted more friction by the fluid, more exerted by the fluid. Understand? To avoid the fluid friction on the particular aerodynamical shape, what happened? They are preparing a particular shape to avoid the fluid friction. Both ships consist a narrow shaped front or back, and also aeroplanes, it consists such a like only smooth surface at in front. Is it or not? Of course. Why? Because the fluid can pass over the surfaces easily. By that, it can reduce the frictional force. By that, those can travel very comfortable by using less fuel, by burning less fuel. By that, what happens? We are preparing aerodynamical shapes. So we can raise the question: why two-wheelers have no and buses have no? Means why two-wheelers has no shape of bus or trains have no shape of ship? Is it or not? Planes have no shape of two-wheeler. Why we can? Because of see two-wheeler the weight is less. If you prepare a shape of bus, what happens? It obstructs the flow of wind. By that, what happens? it can't try to move front. If you need to move front, it need to burn more fuel. That's why to avoid the frictional force, they're preparing a particular design, so a particular shape of device by that air can blow in opposite direction easily. By that we can avoid the frictional force. Why we are preparing a desired shape? Because of to avoid the fluid frictional force. To avoid the fluid frictional force. Understand? Okay, these are the types of friction, and also we'll learn in the next class how it will be, means how the friction is essential in our life, and also where we may identify those type of frictions in our day-to-day life. Why those aerodynamic shapes are preparing a particular, okay, how to increase the friction, how to reduce the friction, how to measure the friction, how frictional force is directly proportional to the normal force, such like we'll discuss in the next class. So keep learning to your examination. Have a good day. See you in the next class.